my name is Amanda Zimmerman, and I decided to read the article Evidence from Children with Autism that Derived Relational Responding is a Generalized Operant, which is by Dixon et al. The purpose of the study was conducted to examine how derived relational responding works as a learned behavior and to test how the PEAK curriculum helps teach this method to children with autism. There were 2 experiments that were conducted in this study to see if the procedures in the PEAK modules could meet the goals. If so, they would evaluate the validity and efficiency of the PEAK system and support derived relational responding as a generalized operant. The first study that was done examined the validity and efficiency of individualized PEAK items. So there was multiple students that went through pre-assessment, assessment, and then post-assessment studies. And then the results of the study showed that the participants demonstrated mastery of trained and derived relations. And then the second study focused on examining the emergence of derived relational responding as a generalized operant. So this study used a multiple baseline across subjects design with an embedded multiple probe of derived relational responding. And then the participants went through a baseline phase and then a training phase. All 3 participants mastered programs for the different PEAK assessments. 1 participant showed much more mastery than the other 2, but each kid showed some improvements. I found it interesting that every participant had made some sort of progress, usually in studies or even just in like our own cases at work. Not every single kid is going to make progress in every area, and while they didn't make major progress in every area, they did show a lot of improvements and some progress. It might inform my practice by informing me more of the PEAK assessment. I don't really have any experience in this assessment as I do with like the VB-MAPP or the ABLS, but I would love to get the opportunity to practice this. And then I did find the articles very difficult for me to read and comprehend because there was just so much information and language that I didn't always understand while I was reading it. I did some outside research to better understand the PEAK assessment so that when I was reading through the article, I had a little bit of a better understanding.